Summer wouldn't be complete without superheroes, comic book adaptations, and sequels. All three go hand in hand, especially because many of this summer's superhero films are sequels like The Amazing Spider Man 2, X-Men, Days of Future Past, and Sin City A Dame to Kill For. Then there are other sequels that aren't necessarily based on comic books like Transformers Age of Extinction and The Purge Anarchy. We've already gone over the comedies that this summer will bring. Now let's continue with the bigger spectacles. If there's something we won't forget, it is that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is opening in theaters this Friday. They've released every kind of trailer, TV spot and clip known to man. But come Friday, all of that will stop because Spidey is coming back to the big screen. Directed by Mark Webb, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 brings back Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, while Jamie Foxx takes on the role of the villainous Electro. X-Men Days of Future Past brings together 2011's First Class and 2006's The Last Stand. Loosely based on the comic book storyline of the same name, Days of Future Past follows Wolverine as he travels back in time 50 years to assemble a team and change the future. The much anticipated sequel will bring back some old favorites like Halle Berry as Storm, Ellen Page as Kitty Pryde, and Kelsey Grammer as Beast. The film also stars Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Michael Fassbender as young Magneto, James McAvoy as Professor X, and Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique.
We were supposed to protect them!
Directed by Matt Reeves, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is set 15 years after the events in the first film. It follows Caesar as he tries to maintain control over his kingdom and the scientists struggling to survive in San Francisco. The Ape sequel also stars Jason Clarke, Kerry Russell, Gary Oldman, and Cody Smith-McPhee.
Virus and then another four fighting each other. It was chaos.
Last year's The Purge was so successful that a sequel was put into development immediately after the original hit theaters. For those of you who didn't watch the first film, The Purge is an all-night event where all crime is legal and all hospitals, fire stations and police stations are closed down for 12 hours. This time the story revolves around a new couple played by Zach Gilford and Kyle Sanchez who run out of gas en route to their house where their kids are just as the purge begins.
We'll start at 200,000.
The fifth installment of the Stepper franchise features all stars from previous movies battling it out for one massive competition in Las Vegas. Michael Bay's Transformer franchise will return to theaters this summer with a whole new cast. Starring Mark Wahlberg as a scrap metal dealer, Transformers Age of Extinction also features Nicola Peltz, Jack Rayner, Kelsey Grammer, TJ Miller, and many more. Like with the former movies, expect a lot of CGI things clashing into each other and blowing up. Directed by James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy brings together a band of quirky superheroes to defeat the evil. The film stars Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer, as well as the voices of Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon and Vin Diesel as a large tree named Groot. The comedy action film is based on the 2008 comics and also stars Lee Pace, Michael Rooker, Karen Gillan, Greg Henry, and many more.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Produced by Michael Bay and directed by Jonathan Liebesman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle uses motion capture to bring Alan Ritson, Noel Fisher, Jeremy Howard, and Pete Klozek to life. It's hard to tell what kind of movie we're in for, but so far the trailers and TV spot shows serious action with a comedy tone. Megan Fox also stars as April O'Neil and William Fichtner as the villainous Shredder. Once again, a bunch of old famous action stars are reuniting for the third Expendables. Starring Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Harrison Ford, and many more, The Expendables 3 also features a younger generation of men whose role is to help defeat the Expendables co-founder Conrad Stonebanks.
About time you boys showed up.
9 years after Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller released the original Sin City comes the long-delayed sequel Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Much like the first film, the black and white sequel is made up of interconnected vignettes that bounce between the present and past. A Dame to Kill For is primarily based on the second book in the Sin City series created by Miller, but he also wrote a couple of original stories specifically for the film. This is all we have for now. Do tell us what you feel by leaving your comments below. But before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to Cinecurry for all the latest short films, celebrity gossips, and movie reviews.